Hello, welcome you members. We welcome all the members for sparing your valuable times out of their busy schedules. We know that we all are busy in doing and completing all your audits on time. Today, considering the importance of the audit and all, we are coming up with a very important webinar. It's an important audit tool. As we all know, the way the volumes of transactions and the complexity, it is increasing, and the risk, it's also hand in hand, it is going increase along with the transactions and the complexity of the businesses. So we thought let's to have a discussion on the important audit tools wherein the members can take the maximum advantage and they can justify their professional services while rendering to their clients. So with this, we are also having today two of our very eminent speakers, CA Punit by Mehta and CA Niranjan Oksha. They are joining us and they are going to deliberate us on this very important topic. So before we start today's sessions, I will run the Institute motto song as a mark of our respect. So first, I'm sharing my screen.
य एष सुप्तेषु जागृति य एष सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं 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 कामंशो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शितः सर्वे तदूनाद्यपि कश्चन एतद्द्वैता 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 एतद्द्वैता.
Thank you, members. So now to start with, first we'll be having the formal introductions of the today's speakers, CA Punit by Mehta and CA Niranjan Oksha. So today we have with us our core group member and coordinator, CA Preeti Singhania, madam. She is going to take the formal introduction of the today's speaker. So madam, over to you.
Yes, hello members. Good evening to everyone, to one and all present over here. And so I take this opportunity to start with the introduction of our today's speakers. The first speaker is CA Punit Mehta. So I would like to introduce him first. I first of all welcome both the speakers on behalf of JB Nagar Study Circle. And then now I start with the introduction of CA Punit Mehta. So I would like to bring to your knowledge that CA Punit ji, he is an enthusiast of Tally, and he has been sharing knowledge on software in India as well as on the Tally software in India as well as abroad for last 20 years. So that's a big time that he is into Tally. He has been working closely with numerous SME and enterprises to have their MIS reports and operations streamlined. He is a co-author of the book Tally for Professional, published by WIRC of ICI in 2019. He has developed a fully integrated module in Tally for builders, chartered accountants, shipping, CNF agents, schools, colleges, etc. He addressed Maharashtra Sales Tax Practitioners Association for implementation of GST and earlier VAT audit in Tally ERP 9. He is also an ex-visiting faculty to Direct Taxes Regional Training Institute for providing specialized training on investigation using Tally to income tax officers and commissioners. He has addressed various study circles and branches of WIRC. He has also been a co-opted member of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board of ICAI, New Delhi, for the year 19 and 20. He is a founder member and currently treasurer of Jain Chartered Accountants Federation, Mumbai. He is also a joint treasurer at Sri Parshvanath Jain Vidyalaya. He is a committee member of Technology Initiative Committee at BCAS for 21-22 and 22-23. So he is into this tech side since a very long period, since last 20 years. So we are glad to have him with us. Yeah, and next, our second speaker is CA Niranjan Oak. To start with his introduction, so he is FCA, MCOM, CS, DISA, and he is in practice since January 2011. CA Niranjan ji's area of practice are loan syndication, tax audit, company audit, internal audit, RERA. He has founded this NDQ Technologies Private Limited in 2018. He launched Ledger Vision in April 2019. Currently, he has more than 400 CA firms and more than 2,000 users who are using this Ledger Vision, his software. I guess it's a software, yes. And his aim is to provide ease of doing audit. So his vision is, I think, to provide ease of audit, and he has been building these softwares. So he's going to help us in today's session about with these softwares. So with this, I hand over it back to Jayeshi.
Okay, thank you, Preeti
Yes.
madam. So
Yes.
before we hand over it to the today's speaker, just to request all the members, whatever queries you have relevant to the today's topic, to just mention in the chat box, and we'll request both the speakers to take your queries within the permissible time limit. So please mention your queries in the chat box definitely. So with this, now we would like to hand over the to the today's first speaker, CA Punit by Mehta. Please, it's over to you, Punit sir. Punit sir, can you just unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Yes, Punit ji. I think you're on mute.
Good evening, one and all. Is my
Yeah, it's
audio
audible.
audible right now? Just to save on resources, I'll switch off the video as of now. Let me share my screen, friends. Yeah. So, friends, I welcome you all for this understanding of today's webinar, that is on important audit tools. Okay, and what we plan to do is to discuss some of the important aspects of our day-to-day usage of Tally software, as well as those tools which can help us in generating our financials as well as audit or completing our audit quickly. Okay, so let me take you to the presentation, a bit of it initially, and then I will take you to the Tally itself. Okay, so uh, before I start,
Punit sir, sorry to interrupt. Can you just switch on or your camera?
yeah, 1 second. Yes.
Yes, yes, it's okay now. Please.
Right. I think that is okay. Jai, I think that there are some system challenges. So let me switch off the camera now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's going well, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. Okay. So the traditional way of working was while working along with the Tally software, that we used to have it once or twice a year during updation, or maybe we are using it for debit and credit and accounting, and mostly for bank entries, and basic inventory and invoicing was used. And this I'm talking about before GST came in, and before we were actually using Tally for the statutory purposes. Okay, so this was at best we were using it for maybe some kind of aging analysis and all those things. Okay, but post 2019, okay, 2017, is that we've started using the software in a quite a different way. So because of that, we want to why we're discussing this is that once we understand how the users are using it, we'll be able to correlate more on terms of our audit requirement. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Switch off my video as of now. Thank you. Right. So current scenario, what are the users they are using Tally accordingly? Let's see. GST, many times for TDS, TCS being filed directly from Tally. E-invoice, e-way bill is something that government is tracking for each and every transaction. So Tally Prime gives not only e-invoice but e-way bill as well. So this is something that users are using it. Many users are also using it for manufacturing processes, implication on cost behaviors, and others working methodology, especially for inventory. Okay, and once such high usage comes in, what is required by the management is dashboard and MIS. Okay, so with this, the users have started using Tally in a big way. Okay, earlier Tally was used mostly for accounting part of it. Now, along with the accounting statutory part, along with the accounting and statutory, the MIS and the management part. So these are the criticalness by which the users are facing, and for which we need to understand what challenges do we have in doing the audit. As chartered accountant, what do we require? Okay, as chartered accountants, we require how can I find more time in a day for my audit team? Audit team काम तो कर रही है, but मैं उसके लिए time कैसे निकालूं और? Okay, so that's the first challenge that we as a chartered accountant have it. What time or whatever work that they are doing, how we can give them, how we can use their work time productively. Okay, the completeness of audit, that assurance that yes, my audit is my client to whom my auditing, whatever I have audited is thorough. So that assurance I need completely. Okay. Once the audit is complete, financials should be prepared quickly. Okay. There are adjustments which will keep going and coming, but those adjustments can be done in a way where financials are okay. Those are done in a way where financials we can whatever adjustments that we have done is updated quickly in the profit and loss account and balance sheet and the schedules. Okay, so this is one thing that we as a chartered accountants require. And how can I make the data that I am preparing be ready for scrutiny and multiple audits? Now, income tax scrutiny is expected, GST scrutiny is expected. Okay, multiple audits, the same set of data is being taken by the RERA auditor, by the GST auditor, the tax auditor, the internal auditor. So, if you are not putting the data in a right way and ensuring that whatever transactions that you have audited, posted correctly is being coming from only one set of information, then this becomes a big challenge. Okay, out of these four things, my friend Niranjan is going to discuss on almost all of those things, and I also will be taking a bit of it in the way in which Tally is providing it directly. Okay, so in a nutshell, this is what we are expected, we are wanting to do it for today. Okay, for today's agenda, or if I may say, so let me reframe this agenda. From Tally's perspective, what I am going to show: vouching, audit without pen and paper. Okay, what are the different sampling methods available in Tally? How to use them? There is some amount of document management which we can attach and which we can work with. Now that's not direct Tally, that's a bit of customization, not much. Quick trial balance, there is one small customization that we can work with. I'll just showcase that for financials preparations and preparation of IFRS compliant financials from Tally Prime. Okay, so what do we require for this IFRS compliant financials? So these are the 5 things that I plan to take up in the short next maybe 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, but before I start further, I would like to know how many of you have used Tally's audit tool for vouching. Okay, has somebody used it, not used it? Just in the chat box, if you can reply that how many of you have actually used that tool, okay, for generating the vouchers. I'm not saying, picking it only, okay, but actually using this. So has anybody used it, or Bhagwan Bhai says not used, Santosh says not used. Okay. Out of 150, only 3 replies. Why so? Thank you, Minal, for replying. Okay. Okay. You think it is important for having doing a vouching? Yes, Shriyam, I hope so. Once you understand and work on it, you will be able to use it from now. Okay. Vandana has been using it, but she has not used the IFRS compliance. No problem, Vandana ji. Please stay till end. Okay. Right. So now let me take you through Tally, that what I intend to share. Uh, okay. Right. So let me first take you to the vouching part. Okay, that how we can use Tally without using pen and paper. Okay, so those of you who are new to Tally Prime can go here, display, analysis and verification, and voucher verification. Okay, while data analysis and voucher verification, this is something that is available in Tally for long. Okay, but how do you update it? Okay, that is what is important. Okay, so if you see this verification of vouchers, it shows that percentage of verification. There are total 66 vouchers, whatever the statistics of the company would be, that would be available. And more important to that, how many you have sampled. Okay, and if you have sampled anything voucher type wise, then you will be able to update it. Okay, and while we are doing this verification of vouchers, okay, here normally what we get is this voucher type wise working. We can also get it according to the ledgers. How to get it according to the ledgers, I will show it to you in few moments. Okay, but considering that, okay, now this sales voucher, suppose you are supposed to vouch. Okay, so what you can do, you can go to the sales voucher and enter and click on spacebar. Okay, once you click on spacebar, you can just click out here, Alt R, verify. Okay, and verified, you can provide whatever your status is, verified, internal observation or external clarification required. If you say verified and any note that is saved. Okay, same way you can just click on multiple spacebar together, control spacebar for selecting all of the vouchers. Okay, control spacebar for selecting all of the vouchers and individual spacebar for deselecting if you require, and then say verify. Okay, if you have verified all the vouchers, then you can also mark all of them. External clarification required. Suppose for some of the vouchers, you can put the notes clarification required. So users, if they have it, so you can allocate them this particular work. Okay. So friends, what I meant by without using pen and paper, this is what Tally can provide or Tally does provide, and this has been provided by Tally for more than Vandanaji, how many years? 9, 10? Sampling or not sampling, voucher verification. Okay, I think this is something that is there in Tally for long. Not many of us are using it. So I thought, let me take you through this basic voucher verification. Okay, so you can see that how simple it is to put that verifying it. Okay, so out of total 19 vouchers for the month of December, we have audited 16, and it shows that manually sampled because we have selected randomly or whatever. Okay, now we come to the next part of it, that how do we do the sampling. Now what I did was just out of this thing gone to a particular month and did a sampling kind of did vouching directly, started the vouch, directly started to vouch. Okay, but in Tally we also have a mechanism where we can apply the rules of statistics or the rules of sampling. Okay, now for sampling you can just go to this configuration button called Alt V. Alt V, sampling methods. Okay, and the moment you go there, it will show that what kind of sampling methods if you want to put it. Okay, you can select for certain vouchers that you want it for sales. Okay, so here once you select for sales or maybe for journal, you select Alt B sampling. Okay, now do you want to vouch all vouchers, amount range, even numbered, odd numbered, specific period, specific voucher? Please understand, Tally will extract as per your requirement. These are the vouchers that you should be sampled vouching. Okay, so this particular aspect is nothing but extracting of the which voucher your team member should be actually doing the auditing. Okay, you can select odd number, which is of course or even number or Benford analysis. Okay, whatever, if you want amount range above 20,000, that or 10,000 or 1 lakh, whatever, that also you can put it, or otherwise you can also put it for all vouchers. Okay, so this is how you can ask Tally that please give me vouchers as per this sampling method. This forms a very important part of your audit working paper. Okay, so we can go for Benford analysis. Okay, Benford analysis is nothing but it is out of the entire range of transaction, what is the percentage of value number vouchers which should start with number 1 or number 2 or for that method number right up till number 9. Okay, so how much number of vouchers should have the amount starting from these numbers? So Benford made a statistical analysis, and that analysis is called Benford analysis, and which says that whether the variance could be positive or negative. If there is a positive variance, then if you want to see the positive correlation with the variance, so as I understand, it said that number 1 voucher, the amount starting with number 1 should be about 29 or 30% of the time. Okay, so out of, if there are 100 vouchers, the amount starting with numerical 1, okay, not the number, the amount, voucher amount should be at least 29 or 30% of the time. If there is a positive correlation, then show me that vouchers. Okay, if that means it is nearing that aspect, then yes. If it is not nearing that aspect, then give me those vouchers which are not following the Benford's law. Okay, so you can select whatever you wish. Okay, when for journal, suppose we provide this vouchers with highest negative variation. No, there are no journal vouchers. Right. So negative variation for purchase voucher, there is only one sampled vouchers which has come, which is not following the vouchers with highest negative variations. Okay, so that's how this is there. Okay, and you can put up a note F9, and if you want to see the Benford details, here it is there. Okay, So as I said, the digit one should have 30% of the frequency expected. Okay. So this is positive variance, positive, positive. There is only one negative variance. Okay. So that is where the number of vouchers which has come. Okay. Right. So friends, is it useful? Not useful? How is it? Doing a Benford analysis or doing the audit through without using paper and pen. So I have sent for external clarification 16 vouchers. Okay, where would that 16 vouchers be doing for the auditee to check what was the requirement? So that is also one question which keep coming. So they can get it from here. Yes. Thank you, Tejas, Minal, and others. Yeah. Take you to one more thing. Okay. Right. So we've completed two part of it, vouching and sampling. Okay. Now let me take you to one part of it is document management. Okay. Now document management is nothing but the tentative customization that I thought should be useful, because what happens is that the users are there, the auditee is there at multiple places, and they are having the documents in different files. Now the problem is that whenever we go, many times the person is not available, the peon is not available, and where the supportings are, we are not aware. Use a tool called documents management within Tally. Okay, so how to activate that? I will just show. This is a customization which the user can get it. So there are two small customizations that I have activated as of now. I'll give you details of that. Yeah. DMS.tcp. This is one customization I have started. Okay. And once this is loaded, what it will show
Punit sir.
yeah,
So your voice was not there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
So voice is not there.
Now is audible?
So now it's okay, but
Sir, you are breaking in between, sir.
One second. Close down some of the resources. Yeah.
Punit sir, are you there? Niranjan sir, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah, so I think Punit sir is facing some technical issues,
Sure.
so he'll be joining soon. So if you can just start in between.
So shall I start then?
Yes, sir, you please start.
Interrupted by him, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I will share my screen and I can start. So is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yes, sir. So myself, CA Niranjan Oak, and as introduction is given, I have started NDCube Technologies Private Limited with idea of doing ease of doing audit, because I was struggling with the manpower and all the resources. So our firm was requiring some kind of automation for completing the audits and monthly internal audits within a time. And when we have I will just stop my video, okay, for better streaming. So we internally first designed and developed the software. When it was successful, then we launched it commercially. So there are two softwares. Ledger Vision we have launched in 2019, which is for automatic tally ledger scrutiny, and then Ledger Future we introduced 6 months back, which is for preparation of Schedule 3 as per new updated details. So let's start with the. So this is me and this is my partner. So she's the brain behind. I am the domain expert, but everything is developed by Anuradha Deshpande. Let's start with why Ledger Vision is required. So what are the current challenges right now? Right now, first thing, say, for as far as practice management is concerned, there is always resources crunch. So we cannot find trained and experienced employees. Even trained articles are not there. Then there is the inconsistency of standards of auditing document. Stringent timelines are there. We have to stretch our working hours. Now, because of this, what happens? There is a gap between transaction volume and fees and billing what we are doing. Okay, so we are working very hard to complete everything within the due date, but fees we are getting is not as per the work done by our side. And then again, there are no uniformity, etc. This is the biggest problem. Inexperienced accountants from client side increase our work details, because we don't trust them. We have to go in details of all the things, and that's why our work becomes tedious. So then in case of regulatory actions, there is increased non-compliances cases against chartered accountants, increased disclosure requirements. Again, from client side, we can start with we start with asking data from April and they end up with the September or mid-September. Even they want to us deliver higher standards on the 11th hour, and expectations toward preventive approach for error identification. So all those things are there. And if you consider our team is also expecting professional growth and high quality of work, reasonable remuneration for their work-life balance, and all minimum travel time, etc. So to take care of all these problems, there should be some kind of automation so that we can reduce the work hours, and we can reduce the clerical roles also. So why Ledger Vision? Ledger Vision will provide you high quality of base level ledger scrutiny for books of accounts in Tally. Now, currently there are more than 67 reports which provides you exception reports or data bifurcation, wrong accounting, wrong GST entries, wrong TDS entries. Multiple reports are there, even 2A2B reconciliations also there. Then it provides sampling tool for audit also. Basically, it was developed by me, and there are some 30-40 associates who were working with us. So it is tried and tested before launching only. Now, what are the key benefits? There are more than 220 inbuilt rules. So it is not a TDL. It is a standalone different software, which is a desktop-based software, and it takes care of GST audit, TDS, so income tax audit, company audit, even internal audit. It saves significant amount of time. It goes for 100% checking of all ledgers and vouchers. So no judgmental calls are there, no deviation in results. Because it is a tool, it will be providing you uniform reports. So I have received feedback from some of my clients that our reports are useful in peer review also. So I was glad to hear that. Then it delivery experiences like resource automated tool, and it increase the accuracy. So basically, in nutshell, you don't have to depend on your unskilled or skilled employees also, because everything will be taken care by software automatically. So it will reduce the time. Now, it works with all accounting styles. So what are the accounting styles? Whenever there are expert accountant, they can have their own customized voucher types as per their business requirements or as per their discipline of finance. So it handles all customized voucher types. it can handle all customized ledger grouping. Now, this is a problematic situation when we are developing, because Tally is very, very flexible. Even one can have any ledger under any group. Suppose you can open your bank account under fixed asset group and Tally will allow it. Okay. So these are the problems. That's why we have to make our software configurable one. Acha, for using this ledger vision, you don't have to maintain the standard Tally grouping. That's why, because our configuration sheet takes care of all grouping of the Tally. Even you don't have to activate the inbuilt features for TDS and GST also. And it handles multiple accounting style for GST. Like you must have seen, there are multiple styles of ledger keeping for GST. They have bifurcated ledgers of rate wise, input, output wise, CGST, SGST, IGST wise, or only 3 ledgers: CGST, SGST, and IGST. And everything will be captured from ledger master, stock items, etc. So all kind of accounting techniques are taken care by the software. Now, what is the magic behind it? Is very, very super fast. So around 2,42,000 voucher entries and around 72,000 ledgers, it has completed the scrutiny within 2.5 hours. Normally, to complete the scrutiny manually, it takes the team of 10 to 15 people, and for 10 to 20 days. So it has reduced the manpower, man hours from say 100 to 2.5 hours. So this is so fast. Data confidentiality is very, very important thing, because software is desktop based. No need of internet is required for running ledger scrutiny. So whatever data we pull, everything pulled by ledger vision will be kept on your desktop only. Okay. So we don't have any control on your data pulled by ledger vision. So your data confidentiality and integrity is maintained. Now it is a seamless Tally integration. You have to just click a button, it will pull everything from Tally. So it works on Tally ERP 9 or Tally Prime as well. Even it works on education mode of Tally also. So it is scalable. You can have scrutiny of any single Tally company for any number of time, or you can have any scrutiny of any number of Tally companies. As I said, there are 200 plus rules, and it is a configurable one. 90% of the things are automatically configured by the software, but you have to guide the software for the data and creators having turnover more than 10 crores in previous year, or the related parties, or if you have received the TDS related declaration from the party, then you have to tick mark those data and cases. So those things you have to, the manual intervention is required, because software will not be able to automatically map those things. And there are 4 steps. You have to pull the Tally data. The one-time configuration is there. What is one-time configuration? Once you configure a Tally company, next time onward, it is only plug and play. You don't have to again and again configure each time whenever you pull the data. That is the beauty of the software. You run the scrutiny and you will get the results. Now, what kind of ledger reports are available? So, as far as GST is concerned, you will get GST scrutiny per voucher. So we check each and every GST voucher to find out the problems with accounting, GST rates, stock items, whatever. There are multiple permutation combination of wrong GST accounting. So all the areas, all the scenarios are captured by the software. Then we provide you GSTR 2A 2B reconciliation. Now, what happens whenever you are using any GST software, you have to upload everything. So purchase register, etc., to get 2A 2B reconciliation. Because we are not the GST Suvidha provider license holder, we have to download .json files of 2A and 2B from portal. And as we have already pulled the data, we can have a GSTR 2 and 2B reconciliation as well. We provide ready-made RCM liability report also. We provide you rate-wise, expenditure-wise, data-wise, creditor-wise bifurcation, so that you can identify the expenditure-wise details where you can identify the block credit also. Even the duplication of GST number is a problem that can be identified by software easily. Manually, it is not possible. In case of TDS and tax audit, we segregate data category-wise, expenditure-wise, rate-wise, creditor-wise, party-wise. That is it. So TDS scrutiny, no TDS, short TDS, excess TDS, all the areas are captured. We can calculate disallowance for short TDS or no TDS cases. Even with the help of pivot table through Excel, you can generate table number 34 easily. And similarly, we will be providing you 43B table, 216 SST table, asset addition. So there are many tax audit tables readily available. So now, right now, in case of GST, you must be aware of clause 44 is asking expenditure wise and registered dealer details, non-registered dealer details, composition, dealers detail. So that feature will be available in next 5 to 6 days. So updated version will provide the easy clause 44 report also. So it will save many many hours, because you must be knowing there is no discipline in tally accounting. Even no GST numbers are available most of the time in tally. So it is very difficult for the CA to bifurcate the data and present in tax audit report. So we are working on that. Then there are basic accounting features like spelling. We can find a spelling mistake. Even we can capture the capital expenditure wrongly routed to revenue expenditure, probable unsecured loan, higher discount, etc. And we provide you aging analysis, cash related scrutiny for under section 43 to 69 SST, etc. So there are many reports. I will be skipping some presentation because I have got limited time, and there are around 67 reports. So these are the feedbacks received from the clients. It was helpful in fraud detection also, finding of accounting details also. As I said, 242,000 ledgers are there. Okay. So this is the ledger vision, and what is the ledger fusion? I will just read out the points and then I can show you how software works. So basically, ledger fusion also pulls data from tally seamlessly. It pulls opening and closing balances from previous year and current year. One-time Excel-based configuration is required, and it will provide you output in Excel. Sorry, output in Excel with all the formulas and linking. So whatever the output, it is as good as you have manually prepared. So you will get all the linking, all the formula, how the balance sheet is generated, everything is there. It is useful for Schedule 3 partnership, firm, individual. In recent days, the AOP, BOIR, trust formats will be there. Even we prepare depreciation schedule under CLO and IT also, and we will provide you deferred tax calculation, current tax MAT calculation as well. We provide cash flow statements also. Each and every balance sheet and P&L is having hyperlink, so that you can jump from balance sheet to any particular note, and even you can jump back from that note to balance sheet, or from P&L to note, and vice versa. We provide you standard pointers for significant accounting policies and notes. We provide standard management representation letter as well. The rounding of requirements of hundreds, thousand, lakhs, crores is available. If you want to have only current year balance sheet, or if you want to provide a tentative balance sheet to bank, then that option is also available. Even you can use this software for consolidation of financial statement for group companies. So basic idea is it saves a lot of time and energy, and standardized outputs are there. So let's start with the presentation. I will be showing presentation for ledger vision first, and then ledger fusion. So this is my tally. Now in case of Prime, the ODBC server is automatically activated by default, but in case of ERP9, you have to manually activate ODBC server so that both softwares can communicate with each other. The videos are available on site. You can go to the website. I will be showing that at the end of the session. So you will understand how to operate the software. I will be skipping some of the important, some of the configuration thing, and I will be focusing on important things only. So as I said, through ODBC software will capture the tally company which is opened in tally, and you can decide the period. So important thing is you can have a scrutiny of 1 month or a quarter or 6 months or entire year, but you have to match the period. So if you see tally is having same period, April 21 and 22, and ledger vision is having same period. Okay, and then you have to pull the data. Once I say pull data, software pulls ledgers, masters, stock item, cost centers, vouchers, tables, etc. on monthly basis. So what happens when you try to pull the data of entire year within one click, tally may get hang. So to prevent tally from getting hanged, we are pulling the data on monthly basis. So software is pulling the data, and once you pull the data, we can go for the ledger scrutiny. So this is the background window where you will understand how software is pulling the data. So what I will do to save the time, I will use the previously fetched data only, because the data is huge. Once we pull the data, we have to go for a configuration. Now the configuration means there are 37 categories on which we have written our rules for ledger scrutiny. And so I have already previously pulled the data. Software is saying that on today only on 1.19 p.m. only I have pulled the data. So I will be skipping the data pulling activity and let's go for the configuration. I will be showing only important configurations and we will go through the reports. So here all the categories are there. You have to ask, for example, if GST is kept, GST input is kept under purchases instead of duties and taxes, you can go and tick the purchases so that software will understand, okay, GST is kept under purchase. So you have to just go through tally and we have to find the correct groups and go on ticking. Nothing else. As I said, there are like this in this case, the accountant has prepared two additional voucher types which are not default tally voucher types. So you can see the cash bank transfer, it is actually treated as contra. So this is the list where you will get all the default voucher types. You have to guide the software that whatever the name, you please treat the voucher type as contra. Now there are three buttons given. One is for help. You have to just hover your cursor and you will get all the helps needed for configuration. Or even we have given the
User
audio
can have different
system
voucher
also.
types
So
as
you
per
will
his
get
convenience.
all audio help, just like a Google map. When the lady directs you, this laser vision lady will also direct you how to configure a tally company. So let's keep some of the, this is the GST mapping, this is the TDS mapping. In case of TDS, software maps all the TDS categories automatically depending upon how the spellings are made. Otherwise you have to manually provide the category. Just you have to click the detail drop down button and you will get all the categories. So I will be going for further configurations and we'll just run the scrutiny. It will take around 30-45 seconds to complete the scrutiny. Now how many entries are there in tally? Let's see. There are 2,445 entries and around 1,717 ledgers. So ledger wise this is the huge data. So there are some, as I said, you have to tick manually who are the related parties, who from where you have received the TDS declaration or the turnover limit exceeding 10 crores for the debtors and creditors. So all these things are there. There are many configurations for GST related ledgers or expenses and asset addition related ledgers. Now this is very important, so I will be explaining this in details. What happens? Most of the times only one TDS payable ledger is there and all the TDS entries are posted to that ledger only. Now it is very difficult for manual bifurcation also, because we have to bifurcate data expenditure wise, TDS category wise for preparation of 34A table. So suppose there is only one TDS payable ledger, then this window is very important. You have to provide the software automatically detects the applicable TDS category by reading the nomenclatures, but as a you can just go through to see whether software has correctly captured all those things. And in here software determines whether prepaid entry is required or provision entries are required. You can decide the frequency, whether you want monthly. If you are going for a monthly audit, you can decide monthly, yearly, quarterly, depending upon things. And in this option there are four options available. One is for depreciation, because for your asset addition deletion table, if you don't map depreciation ledger, then depreciation entries will be treated as deletion. That's why depreciation mapping is required. And transport mapping is required because you know, the as per section 48 single day cash payment is allowed up to 35,000 in case of transport. Otherwise the limit is 10,000. That's why transport, it is very important to map the transport. So these are the configurations and these are the rules. So by default all rules are ticked, but our clients are using this for monthly GST checking. For that they only tick mark GST details and software will run only GST related rules. If you want to check only TDS rules, you can check only TDS rules. So very flexible way of scrutiny. Now I'm going for entire scrutiny. I will be running the scrutiny. So in background you can see software is going through each and every voucher. So in case of GST we check each and every voucher, but in case of TDS we use totality. So for example, in case of 194C, we see even anything, total of the bills or total of the payments are crossing 1 lakh rupees. If not, then any single payment or single bill is crossing rupees 30,000 and so on. So there are inbuilt rules for each and every TDS category, and accordingly software will capture the details. So we have to wait for software to complete the scrutiny. So if I go for manual scrutiny of this company, it may take 4 to 6 hours if nobody is disturbing me, or maybe 2 days, because there are phone calls, there are students, there are clients. So to complete the 100%, I'm saying talking about 100% scrutiny. So if I want to check each and every voucher for this company, it may take one complete day or 2 days, but with the help of software, it will be finishing around only 60-40 seconds. So huge time saving is there. Now, because there are 1700 ledgers, software will go through each and every ledger. That's why it is taking too much time. We are updating software with update tally function. Function is there live right now, but because when you must have gone through the tally data where GST number or PAN numbers are missing. Now, when you ask accountant to update everything, they don't actually update. Now, there is a feature in the software so that you can update all the tally ledger master within a click. So you have to, software will download all the ledger masters in Excel. You can change whatever you want in Excel. And with the upload button, software will change everything in tally automatically. Similarly, there is a feature about uh, opening balance matching. When we start with the audit, what we do normally, we see that closing balances of last year balance sheets are matching with the opening balances of the tally. So in that case, you have to compare the closing and opening balance manually by downloading into Excel. But this feature, there is a feature in software. In that case, you have to open both the companies in same tally, and software will compare closing and opening balance. And whenever there is a difference between closing and opening balance, software will help you to automatically update details. I'm not getting why it is taking so long. Technically, it is only 30-40 seconds required. Now we have to wait. So so it is preparing audit log. So now it is writing TDS related reports. So everything is all the reports are visible on screen, and even you can download all the reports in Excel format also, so that you can write on your comments and send everything to your client, and client can take actions accordingly. So I think this is the huge company. Yeah. So scrutiny is completed. It takes 217 seconds to complete all 1700 ledgers and 224 vouchers. Now, this is the overview that software is saying the balance sheet is matching. In case of GST, there are 860 pass entries and only 7 entries, failed entries are there. Then in case of TDS, only 5 entries are passed and 16 fail. So in case of excess payment of TDS also, or excess deduction of TDS also, it is considered as fail. So this is the overview, so that you can understand the quality of data maintained by the client. All 37 categories are shown. And as I said, you can download everything in Excel. So you have to just click the button, like the analytical. There are 23 results of analytical reports. All the reports are shown in one Excel file only. So you can download the analytical results. You can download GST reports. You can download tax audit reports. I will be explaining important reports only. So let's start with the TDS. So basically, there are 3 reports. One is TDS scrutiny result, then party wise summary, and TDS expenditure wise. So you can see the bill reference, voucher, and voucher number as NA. As I already told, we are working on totality basis. You have to select fail over here, and software will show you all the fail details. So what we have done, we have captured TDS scenarios from payment to creditors or advances to creditors. In some of the cases, debtor and creditor are the same party. So payment to debtors are also captured. Then provision entries, prepaid entries, direct cash and bank payment, then fixed asset entries. So there are 7 to 8 areas from where the TDS is captured. So software is providing you the log, like in this case, software is saying less TDS is deducted, and the ledger is factory rent. The amount, the TDS category is 194I, rent of land and building. The total amount of rent paid is 5,60,000. The calculated TDS is 56,000, and they have actually deducted 25,000. So if we go to tally, it was factory rent. Na? So in this case, factory rent is the, and if I go for columnar view, so you can see the total amount of factory rent is 5,60,000. Total TDS they have deducted is 25,000, and according to software it should be 56,000. Okay, so or in case, so now there is another problem. They have directly paid through bank. Okay, so they don't have mentioned any party. So it is the scenario of direct bank payment. Okay, or there is audit fees payable. So on 2 lakh rupees they have deducted only 10,000. Technically at 10% there should be 20,000. So it is a case of provision entry. So similarly, software will provide you all the problems where excess TDS is deducted or where less TDS is deducted or no TDS is deducted. So all the cases are captured. Now this report, it will be providing all the details with the party. So you will be getting party name, TDS category name, TDS rate, and bill amount, and whether the entries pass or fail. But the TDS expenditure wise report is the most important report. Actually, it is a combination of both of the reports. And here you will get the TDS category, the TDS rate, the name of the party, and along with you will get the expenditure or fixed asset ledger as well. So in front of those ledger, we have given the TDS status, whether the TDS is applicable, not applicable, less deducted, excess deducted, whatever the case may be. And all expenses are listed one below the other. And again, those expenses are bifurcated, whether the expenses liable to TDS are shown separately and expenses not liable to TDS are shown separately. Now, the expenses liable to TDS, the software is saying the applicable amount of TDS and actual deducted amount of TDS. And for calculation of disallowance, software is providing you the rate of TDS for calculation of disallowance. And whenever the deducted amount is less than the applicable amount, software will provide you the disallowance. Okay. And as I said, if you download this to Excel, you can download this report from here also. You have to just use pivot table and you will get it easy data for 34A. So it will be a category wise, expenditure wise details, and 34A table will be prepared within a minute. As far as tax audit is concerned, there are many reports. This is the report for 40A 3 to 69 SST. So ready-made report will be there. Now, probable unsecured loan is very interesting report. It is suggested by one of the seniors here from Pune only. So this is the report where all the data and creditors are there, where only receipt and payment entries are there. So no JV entry, no purchase entry, no sales entry. Now this will take care of the scenario where the money lending or money borrowing cases are hidden under debtors and creditors. Now there are huge tally companies having 30,000, 40,000 debtors creditors. It is very, very difficult for auditor to go through each and every debtor creditor and find out whether these kind of scenarios are there or not. Now with the help of this report, the debtors and creditors will be shortlisted, and then you can go through this shortlisted list of debtors and creditors, and you can have, if anything is suspicious there, you can have discussions with the client, and then you can get those ledgers under 269 SST reporting. Then the related party, now this depends on the tick mark done by you. So related party tick mark option is available in debtors, creditors, loans and advances, and loans and liability. And accordingly, you will get the details like ledger group, ledger name, from where the expenditure or whatever the case may be is entered. Then what is the voucher type, voucher number, date and amount. Now only thing is, software is not able to, is it possible to get report to verify with? Yes, sir. GSTR 2 and 2B report is available. I will be showing. So, you have to manually feed in the relation with the party and nature of transaction, because it is not possible for software to determine the relation with the party through mere tally entries. Then statutory dues, section 43B table is there. So you will get ESIC, PF, GST, TDS, TCS, labor fund, whatever the statutory dues are there, and software will be providing you. Now you can see in month of April, the due date is 15th of April. So actually this is not the due date for payment of April. This is the due date for payment of March. Means opening balance, you have to pay the opening balance of the month of April before 15th of April. You have to pay April before 15th of May. You have to pay May before 15th of June, and so on. Now we have provided you, so we have given the opening balance, we have given the credit total of that month, and whenever there are two columns. If the payment is done before due date, then there will not be delay. And if the payment is delayed, so one column is showing before due date payment, and one column is showing after due date payment. And whenever the after due date payment is there, there will be the delay. Okay, and software continues and calculate the delay accordingly. It will calculate the interest as whatever the interest rate applicable to ESIC or TDS or GST. All rules are written, but it is suggested that you have to cross verify these details with the actual challans or your actual returns filed, because what happened, though payment may have made before due date, but if accountant delayed the entry, then software will consider this as a delay in the payment. So it is very important to cross verify everything with the actual challans. Then, as I said, 269 SST table is there. Now only thing is, if GST or PAN details are kept in ledger master, those will be reflecting over here. And then what is the opening balance, what is the closing balance, whether ledger is squared off or not. Now how the amount is received, I have been told by many CAs that please bifurcate the data of receipt and payment. So I have bifurcated data like how the amount received in cash or bank or ODCC, or only JV entry is there, what is the interest amount paid or received, and how the amount is paid through cash, bank, ODCC or JV, and highest closing balance during the year. Then now this company, the TDS TCS is not applicable for demo per. Acha. For demo purpose, I must have be. 1 minute. I will just. I will just change the configuration, and I will run that report only. Because it will take another 200 seconds. So in case of generic configuration, because this company is having only 8 crores turnover, you have to say yes, okay, and then software will run. Now what is happening? Now this company is not having that feature, so that report will not be there. But report is in a fashion that we will be showing you applicable TDS, applicable TCS, and actual TDS and actual TCS, and pending TDS and pending TCS. So you will be getting ready-made report about TDS, TCS. Software automatically captures those data and creditors having transaction more than 50 lakhs. If you tick mark the data and creditors having turnover in previous year more than 10 crores, etc., then software will capture those details. Otherwise, it will throw the TDS, TDCS report for all the data and creditors having transaction more than 50 lakhs. Unfortunately, this company is having lower turnover, so that feature is not there right now. So we have completed the TDS. Let's jump to GST, and then we will be having another important report. So in case of GST, all the failed results are shown on the screen. But if you download this report to Excel, you will be seeing pass and fail results also. So let's check what are the problems captured by the software. Software is saying GST posted is not matching with the expected GST. The voucher amount is, so you will be getting the voucher number, voucher date, the ledger number, and the amount. The voucher amount is 12,740. At 9%, it should be 1,146, but they have posted only 10,1012. So there is a less posting of the GST. Or in this case, software is saying, though GST is matching, okay, software is saying IGST applicable, but CGST, HGST posted. So Mondo Home Decor, okay. So this is the ledger. Let's go to Tally to understand whether it is actually captured correctly. So it's alter Mondo Home Decor, okay. Achha, oh, sorry. We should be going to DAL. Mondo Home Decor, and okay, only one entry is there. So if I go to this, you can say I'm using the education mode of the Tally. Okay. So if I go to the ledger master, now this is from Kerala. Now my Tally company is from Maharashtra. This is from Kerala. So technically IGST entry should be there. Now they have entered the CGST, HGST entry. So this entry is captured by the software. That's why the error log is there. So software is saying IGST is applicable, but CGST posted. So there are multiple permutation combinations. All the wrong accounting of GST is captured by the software, whether it can be a mistake of input output, or it can be the mistake of rates. Now software is trained, it will capture the rates from ledger masters, expenditure ledgers, stock items, or GST classification. If nothing is maintained in Tally, then software will run the iterative calculation, but it will check whether the GST entry is correct or not. Okay. Then there's the party-wise summary of the GST. So you will be getting all the parties and party-wise bifurcation, rate-wise, input-output-wise bifurcation of data for GST. So you can see the now whenever there is a direct receipt or direct payment from bank, the bank will be considered as party. So you will be getting party ledgers, GST rate, income or expenditure amount, and whether it is input for CGST, SGST, IGST, and output for CGST, SGST, IGST. Now this feature was very, very important when the GST audit was compulsory for everybody, when it was launched, when we launched the Ledger Vision. So there is another report, P&L wise. I will be showing this report in Excel so that you will understand how the Excel reports are seen. So in GST reports, in Excel, there are multiple reports. There is a limitation on screen to show all the reports, but in Excel, there are multiple reports. So there is a bifurcation of data expenditure wise, and this will be very, very helpful. So you can see all the hyperlinks are given here also. You can jump to reports directly. So if I use filters, you can see there are ledger groups, all the ledgers and fixed assets, and bifurcation of data. Now for GSTR 99C, you can insert two columns. One is for GSTR 9 and one is for GSTR 9C. Okay. So how it is helpful? If you want to have sales rate wise, you have to just select the sales, use pivot table, and you will get sales wise report. In case of GSTR 9C, they are asking us to fill up the details for, total GST on services, total GST on goods, and total GST on capital goods, total GST on services, and total GST on normal goods. So very simple. You have to know how many ledgers are there. There are around 80, 85, 86 ledgers are there. So simple trick is you have to read the nomenclature, go on writing whether it is service, whether it is capital goods, whether it is normal goods, and use pivot table on this column. The data will be easily bifurcated. Similarly, in case of table number 14 of JSR 9C, there are 18 headings available. You have to fit all the 86 ledgers in 18 headings. So similar idea is like freight is readily available in table number 14. So you can use freight. But in case of say labor charges, that is not readily available, then you can use the employee cost and so on. Whenever the available matching heading from table number 14, 18 headings are there. So whenever the 18 headings are there, matching heading is available, go on writing the headings. If nothing is there, then you can use other expenditure and have a pivot table on this column. You will get ready-made bifurcation. So these kind of details are there. Now even I don't know whether this company, this is the detailed report. Each and every voucher is bifurcated. Now, as I said, from this P&L wise summary only, we will be adding the clause 44 details, where you will be getting the details of expenditure and party wise, where you will be getting party bifurcated, whether it is registered dealer, non-registered dealer, or composition scheme dealer, and so on. So this report will be updated accordingly. Now, this company is not having stock items, but suppose if the stock items are there, then software will provide you details where you will be getting the, yes, so these are the details. We will be providing you what is the stock item, what is the build quantity in that particular voucher entry, what is the HSN code, what is the HSN master, what is the stock item rate provided in Tally, and what is the actual GST rate provided in Tally. So everything will be provided in table format. This is very important report. Whenever there are manufacturers with stock items, this report helps you a lot while GST audit or any kind of audit. And this RCM report readily available, because there are multiple styles of RCM accounting. Many people provide, so they work on everything in Excel and pass only final entry, or many people provide the control ledger. So what we have done, we have given the comparative report. So you have to configure the GST related ledgers where the RCM is applicable. You can provide the rates, and accordingly software will show you monthly report what should be the actual RCM. You can take the total and compare with actual entries. If the excess entries are there, that is a problem. If lesser amount of entries are there, that is also a problem. So these are the GST related reports. Then aging analysis is there. So I have tried, I was struggling for having aging analysis on bill-wise basis, but eventually I came to know that 80% of the times people don't follow bill-wise accounting, and remaining 20% time also people go for, on account entries. So that's why our closing balances were never matching with their closing balances, and they are pointing fingers at us that your report is wrong. That's why forcefully I have to prepare this report on FIFO basis. So you will be getting, so FIFO basis means firstly we take the total of all payments, then we deduct opening balance first, then we go on deducting the first bill, second bill in chronological sequence, and remaining bills will be shown as outstanding. So whether the remaining amount are in credit or debit, it is shown what is the actual amount of outstanding that is shown, and even we have readily given the bifurcation for 0 to 30, 30 to 60, 60 to 90. So this is basic report. Now we are struggling, we are working for the report which is required for leisure few, means schedule 3, where up to 1 year, more than 1 to 2 year, more than 2 to 3 years. There are many problems with the report because uh, in some cases previous data was in ERP 9, current data is now in prime. Some of the tally companies are split on year to year basis, so it is very difficult for a software right now to capture. We are coming up with some solutions so that we can provide you the aging analysis year wise also. And for reversal of GST input, this voucher wise details are there. So there will be party wise and voucher wise details. Okay, so you will be getting the party name and voucher number, voucher date, voucher amount, outstanding amount, etc. Simply you have to select all credit entries and all the entries outstanding more than 181 days. So you will be getting ready-made data. You have to just check whether you. So these are the opening balances or vouchers. They are not paid for more than 6 months. So as per Rule 37 of the GST rules, you have to reverse the input credit. Similarly, data aging is there. There are many analytical reports. I will be reading the reports only. So account squared off or asset addition deletion report. This can be a tax audit table. Then creditors having income and sales entry. So this is a exception report. Or creditors having receipt entry, or creditors having no purchases. You can discuss with the client why the purchases are not taken place with these clients, or the bills are not posted, or what is the problem. Then debtors with the purchases and expenses. This is not the case. Debtors with no sales. So these are the debtors, there is no sales, or debtors having payment. So there are many exception reports. I am not going through. So no transaction during the year. This means opening and closing balance is the same. Okay. Then very important is cash report. So software is showing this report. There are two cash. One is petty cash account. One is a cash book only. And software is showing on monthly basis how much cash is deposited in bank or ODCC, or how much cash is withdrawal from bank or ODCC. But section 44A, section 44AB comes into picture from here. Okay. So what happens? Suppose you are having a tally company having turnover more than 1 crore but below the threshold limit of tax audit. So section 44AB says, if your total cash receipts are more than 5% of the total tally receipts, or if your total cash payments are more than 5% of total tally payment, and your turnover is more than 1 crore but below the threshold limit of tax audit turnover, then the tax audit is applicable. Now it is very difficult manually to find out everything. So you can use this report readily so that you can capture the parties where the tax audit is applicable. Then you can decide whether how to go with them, whether to go for tax audit or not, or what are the any problematic areas in cash. If the entries are not there, you can go for completing the cash entries and to see whether the threshold limit of 5% is crossing or not. Then if the bank is negative, that is also shown. So if you go to this current account 5005, let me go to the account. There are many accounts. Let's, what is the exact name? ICI current account 15005. ICI current account 150. This is the current account. Okay. Okay. Now software is saying the ledger is in credit during the following days. So from 2nd of April to 5th of May. So for entire month it was in credit. Let's. Oh, so sorry. So you have to change the view. For this, you have to go for Now, selecting all the period. Then we can change the view. Yes, monthly view. Then we can go further. And if you go for daily breakup, yes. So you can see the ledger is in credit during the year, and software is showing that the ledger is in credit. So technically, some accounting mistakes are there, or maybe regular bank reconciliation is not there. So you have to take care of these things. Then software is saying negative cash. So if cash is negative, that is also shown accordingly. Some data checks are there, like accounts having no GST or PAN. So software will be listing the debtors and creditors having no GST or no PAN. Now, 1 meter list is populating. So there is an update tally button so that you can download. So these are the debtors and creditors, either they are not having GST number or PAN number. So with the help of update tally button, you can download the ledger masters. And if you change everything in tally in this ledger master only, I will save this somewhere in downloads. Okay. So if I open downloads, I will be showing this. So sorry. So this is the new feature. We are working with the feature so that it will be. Right now, it is reading the data from Tally. We are working with other softwares like QuickBook is going from India. So Zoho is there, Beez is there. We are working on the connectors from various ERPs so that through Excel we can pull the data. But right now it is on Tally only. Sorry, I was in downloads only. No? So this is how all the ledger masters are listed over here. You can change whatever you want. You can change the opening closing balances as well. You can change GST number, PAN, phone number, whatever changes you want, you can change, and then you can just upload the ledger master over here, and everything will be changing. Everything in Tally will be changed. Similarly, we are working on change in vouchers also. Now this is requested from some of the suburban areas where trained accountants are not there, and there are errors. Who is going to update everything? So those CAs have requested me to provide such update Tally feature, so that you can download all the vouchers whenever. What are the errors found by the ledger vision will be corrected in Excel only, and within a click it will be updated in Tally. But I am working on user friendly version of this update Tally. Let's see how things are there. Things will go. Yeah. Then duplicate GST numbers are there. So duplicate GST number means any single GST number used in more than one ledger. So that is given. So you can see in this case, Pune, Mumbai, they are all from Maharashtra. Then you can have same number from them. Okay. So there are many cases where, like in this case, Reliance Wakad and Reliance Limited, same number is. We don't know whether it is from same state or different state. So we have to take care. Duplicate vouchers are there in this case. This is very important feature. Probable purchase and sale of asset. Acha. So now I don't have the data for this because they have not done. But this feature works like it reads the data, it reads the narration, and it captures the revenue related words and capital related words. And if the threshold limit is crossed by the entry, it will say that it is a probable query that you have purchased the capital asset and it is debited to P&L, or you have sold the asset and it is credited to P&L. But right now this company don't have those kind of entries, so the data is blank. Verified spell check entries are for those CS who are into practice of accounts writing, so they have requested us, so we are given the spell checks. Now you can see this verified data status entries. We have given the status of explain only because this can be a adjustment entries. So you can go through the entries to see whether they are acceptable or not. If they are not acceptable to you, you can raise the query with the client. Basic idea is technically in case of creditors, software is saying verify the credit entry. Why? Because technically in the creditor's case, credit should be the cash, bank, ODCC, and TDS. Other than that, they have found the payment. Okay, payment entry. They have found the ICI bank credited to creditor account. So that's why they have said explain. Or in case of debit entry, let's say if any debit entries are there. Yes. So technically there should be purchase, input GST, direct, indirect expenses or fixed asset to debit, but they have TCS deducted. So this can be an acceptable entry you can ignore. Or in this case, so TCS entries are there, you can ignore. So technically, as per accounting principle, if anything other than accounting principle entries found, they are listed in debtors and creditors. Okay. So many features I have covered. Important one only I have covered. There are many features. One important feature is also there, keyword search. This feature is just like the control F what we use in our Word or Excel. So you have to select any particular word. This will be helpful for finding out the personal nature expenditures as well. And software has given the option whether you want to find the word in narrations or ledgers or groups. I am saying in all cases, you have to select the date range, and with the submit button, you will get all the vouchers where the bill word is used. You can use any word. It is very simple. Reconciliation of opening balance is there because I don't have the current and previous year for this company. I am using same tally company to show the details, but there are 1700 there are 1700 ledgers, so I am going to skip this report, but this report will show you that if there is a difference between opening and closing balances, it will be providing you the report showing that there is a mismatch between opening and closing balance. Do you want to update? If you say update tally button, then our software will go to tally and update all the opening balances of the ledgers, and you will get the matching opening balance sheet so that you can start with the audit. And now there is a two-way reconciliation. So now USP of the two-way reconciliation is that any voucher type used for purchases or input entries, all are the captured by the software. Secondly, if you are having a group company, you can open all the tally companies in same tally, and you can have a two-way reconciliation of all group companies simultaneously. I am having a client. It is a educational institution having 65 colleges, nurseries, schools all over Maharashtra, and they used to spend 20-30 days with 10 to 15 people's team to complete the two-way reconciliation. So we have come up with the solution. Now they take only 45-60 minutes to complete the two-way reconciliation for all 65 tally entries. This is how software or technology helps you. And another problem with the accounting is that accountant never punch in entire invoice number. Okay, so we have given the options. So software will match the right 7 letters, left 7 letters. It will ignore the special characters, spaces, etc. So that software will try to find out the probable match. Now I am having the ready-made report in Excel, so I will be showing that so that it will save the time and you will understand the report as well. So this is the report. There are 3 reports simultaneously. First report is JSON reconciliation. So now this is dependent on tally. So you can see there are 5 options with us. First option is GST or PAN not found. Now what happened, because we are using the I will make it upper heads. Yes, because we are using JSON file don't provide me the name of the party. Okay, it will provide me only the I will wrap text as well. It is not. So what is happening with the JSON file? They are providing us only GST number. Then what we do, we capture this GST number and we compare this GST number with the PAN number or GST number maintained in tally. So if GST or PAN not maintained in tally, we are not able to find out the party. So this is the problem, and this problem can be solved by the auto update of tally feature. You can alter all the GST and PAN numbers in tally so that this feature can be used. So when you tick these details, so these are the GST numbers where the supplier names are not available because the GST number for those supplier or PAN number for those suppliers are not maintained in tally. So we are not able to identify the supplier. That's how we are not able to go for two-way reconciliation as well. Secondly, in case of invoice not found, what is happening? From JSON file, we have captured the party as well, but the invoices are not present in tally. So that's why the two-way reconciliation is not possible. Thirdly, match found. Match found means what happened? we have found out the we have found out the party, we have found out the GST number as well. I don't know why this huge gap is there. Let me increase the acha because of this only. Okay, now the gap is shorter. Yes. So you can see we have captured the parties, we have captured the invoices, they are also matching, and software is saying JSON taxable amount, tally taxable amount is matching, everything is matching. Now there is a audit materiality thing is there. We have given the option, you can decide the rounding of difference. In this case, rupees 2 is the rounding of difference. So difference up to 2 rupees will be considered as match only. Now this feature is provided because I am having one client having 950 crores of turnover and they are still on tally. They have customized tally very elegantly. That tally is supporting their huge turnover. Now they told me that please provide the rounding of difference of up to 150 rupees, because if there is a difference up to 150 rupees, it is much more costlier than rupees 150 to find out those details, follow them up and change everything. So as per their request, I have given the rounding of, you can decide the rounding of amount as per your audit materiality. In this case, I have kept the 2 rupees difference. So as match found, similarly, there is a mismatch found. So mismatch means the difference between taxable amount is more than 2 rupees or the GST amount is more than 2 rupees, as simple as that. Okay. And thirdly is probable match, which is a very important feature. So what is probable match? So very important feature. So you can see the actual invoice number from JSON is CM44398, but in tally only 44398 is there. Or in this case, you can see PUN, no space is there, but in this case, space is there. A very classic example is this. Total number is TRI oblique 18192186, but in tally only 2186 is punch. So all those invoices are captured, all those parties and dates are captured where only difference of 2 rupees is there, and it is shown as probable match. And another report is in tally not in JSON. This means we have claimed a credit, but the party has not shown this in the return. So you have to follow them up there. You have to ask them to update their details so that you will be getting the claimed amount. And again, the summary is there. What is the total GST in JSON file? What is the total GST in tally? And there is a difference. And this difference is again reconciled. You can see the difference is matching. And what is this means? We have captured each and every GST entry. Nothing has been left from our side, and match JSON amount and probable match JSON amount is there. Now, on similar basis, we have given the 2B reconciliation report. Only thing is, in 2B, we have provided the match of the previous month or probable match of the previous month or mismatch of the previous month and probable mismatch of the previous month. The additional report is there. So this is from Ledger Vision. Let's jump to Ledger Fusion. It will take around 5 minutes, then we can have a question answer session. So I will close all the Excel things. So I will be showing the balance sheet of same company. It will not take that much time, very easy software. So basically, unlike Ledger Vision, we pull only opening closing balances and debit and credit total, which are because that is only required to complete the balance sheet. And we pull current year data, we pull previous year data. Suppose there are 2 tally companies, like split data is there, previous data in separate tally company, current year data in separate tally company. In that case, you have to open both the tallies in same tally company. And then while pulling the data, you have to select the particular tally company and particular. So you have to select the current year, you have to select the tally company. From pool tally data, you have to select that tally company in tally and that period in tally, you have to pull the data. While pulling previous year data, you have to select that tally company in tally and that previous year in tally as well. Here it is automatically selected, but in tally you have to manually select. Then there is an option. If you don't want to have a previous comparative figures, you want to have only current year balance sheet, you can take current year box. And there are the options, whether it is a schedule 3 balance sheet or partnership or firm. As I said, trust, AOP, BOI will be there in short file. And as per schedule 3 requirements, if you want to have a rounding off, you can have rupees in 100, rupees in thousands, lakhs and crores. You can decide the number of classes of share, you can decide the number of promoters, and then you have to download the configuration. Now, technically configuration is only a opening and closing trial balance, nothing else. But it is with some of the added features. Like in questionnaire, you have to fill in these details because this information is not available in Tally. You have to write down the name of the company, SIM details, name of the director, dean designation. So all signatory details are there, and then authorized capital details, issued capital details, promoters details are there. And this is the configuration where you will get ledger group, ledger subgroup 1, ledger subgroup 2 ledgers, and previous year opening closing and current year opening closing. Now I will unhide one of the note list. It is kept here hidden. So this note list, this is the note list provided by the MCA 21 in their guidelines. So you can see in note 2 there are these are the sub notes. In note 3 these are the sub notes. Now if I ask to manually map all the notes, it is very difficult. But software is trained, software is very smart. It captures everything automatically, and accordingly it provides the notes to the ledgers or ledger masters depending upon the requirements. And you have to just save, close the configuration, and you have to upload the configuration over here. Once you upload the configuration, there is an option. If you want detail view, you can tick. If you want condense view, you can untick. And while preparation of the balance sheet, also there is an option. If you have calculated your company law depreciation, income tax depreciation, deferred tax, everything is in MAT or current tax for that matter. And if you have entered everything in Tally, now only Excel balance sheet is pending, you can say okay. But if you have not calculated anything, then we will be calculating MAT, current tax, deferred tax, depreciation, etc. for you. Now I have already the report, so I am not going for the preparation of balance sheet. I will be just showing the report. So basic cover page is there. Okay. So you will get all the details. You have to manually write down the number of annual report. Then this is the management representation letter. All standard pointers are there. Achha, this is my Excel problem. Okay, so you can change it through this. So they are all standard pointers are there. You can send this to client and get it signed from their side. Now this is the balance sheet. Okay, so you can see these are the hyperlinks. You can jump to notes and you can jump back to balance sheet again. So this is the balance sheet, and you can see all the formulas, all the links. So everything is there. It is just like a balance sheet prepared manually, and you will get all the signatory details over here also. Then P&L account, similar presentation is there. The notes are one below the other. You will get to know under all the authorized capital details, issued capital details. All the notes are one below the others. Significant accounting policies and notes standard pointers are given. Okay. Now these are the disclosures. I'm working on this. As I told you, we are working on the ratio, this thing, aging analysis of less than 1 year, 1 to 2 years, 2 to 3 years, and more than 3 years. Now some of the areas which are not available from Tally, like the title deeds of immovable property not held in the name of company, or index of charges register, or Benami property. So what we have done, we have provided all the details. Those which are applicable, please fill up manually. Otherwise, delete the details. Okay. Ratio analysis is there. Only thing is we are not able to calculate debt service ratio. Why? Because we are pulling only opening closing balances. We don't know the principal repayment during the year. That's why we have to manually calculate. Everything else will be calculated by software. Then cash flow is there. Indirect method cash flow is there for current year as well as previous year. Ready-made cash flow is available for you. Disallowances are there. You have to find out and punch the disallowances. You can find out manually, or you can find out the disallowances from Ledger Vision as well. But only thing is you have to use, if you are using rupees in 1,000, then you have to write down the disallowances in rupees in 1,000. Otherwise, the wrong calculation will be there. We will be calculating income tax for you. We will calculate MAT. Now, while calculating income tax, you have to decide the rate applicable to the company. Okay, it may be 15, 20 to 25, 30. And we will be calculating EPS for you. Only thing is related party transaction are not there. You can download this from Ledger Vision and then you can punch in everything over here. Then deferred tax. We will be calculating deferred tax for you as well. This is very important. For calculation of company law, you have to fill in the details of this template. If you don't want to use this template, you can copy paste your regular template what we are using for years and words. You can copy paste and just provide the links over here. And for IT depreciation, you have to just punch in the opening balances over here. Accordingly, everything will be calculated. So all the double entry effects are taken care by the software automatically, and the balance sheet is getting tallied. So this is all on same fashion. There will be balance sheet. The balance sheet option is there for non-corporate SSE. Now we are updating non-corporate SSE balance sheets for option of vertical balance sheet as well. So you will be having horizontal balance sheet as well as vertical balance sheet, depending upon your requirement. You can have the balance sheets. As I said, I will be showing you my website. So you can download demo versions from the website. You can download Ledger Fusion from here. You can download Ledger Vision from here. You have to just write down the details in this form, and you will be getting all the demo version. Now there are limitations. All the features are there in Ledger demo version. Only thing is scrutiny of April, May, June. First quarter is available, but if you want, you can contact me, and I will be providing you full version so that you can try on your own. You can try with various tally companies. If you are satisfied, you can go for buying the software. In this overview page, there is a YouTube channel where all the videos of Ledger Vision are posted. Small videos for feature-wise videos are posted. Okay, so if you have any problem, you can go through the videos so that you will understand how to operate the software. And for my details, I will be showing. I will just show you the PPT last page, and then we can have the question answer session right now. So basic idea is you don't have to depend on the employees or staff, and huge manpower will man hours will be saved with the help of software. So these are my details. You can write me to sales@indicoop.com or ledgervision@gmail.com. You can visit our website. This is my contact number, our company contact. So, sir, over to you. If any, madam, if anybody is having any questions, I will be there for. I will be happy to answer the questions.
Okay, now, sir, if you can just stop your screen sharing.
Yes, yes. I will open my video as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Niranjan, sir. I think since the Punit Mehta, due to his technical glitches, he couldn't completed his discussion. So 5-10 minutes discussion of his was left. So Punit sir, are you there? CA Punit, are you there? Okay, meanwhile, Priti madam, if there is any specific query related to Niranjan sir's discussion, you please take it, and meanwhile, I'm just confirming with the Punit sir whether he is there or not.
So kindly
Punit
unmute
sir
Punit
is
sir.
he has pinged that we
Yes.
need to allow him to unmute.
1 second.
So I will.
Yes,
Please.
yeah, Jayesh bhai, I'm there. There are some system glitches. I have to change my machine altogether. So
No issue,
very
sir.
much.
So please continue.
And, yeah. So let me see if my screen is sharing. Yes. Yep. So friends, firstly, thank you, Niranjan bhai, for taking through that challenging time, taking over through that challenging time, and allowing me to restart my machine. I restarted my machine, but then that also didn't work. So I changed the machine and altogether, and probably this should be good, I think. Yeah. So friends, as Niranjan sir has taken through the entire gamut of the challenges what one faces in terms of the GST audit, in terms of tax audit, in terms of statutory audit, and also in terms of internal audit. So that is something that he has taken us through. Of course, that is a tool that one can go for it and understand and analyze whether that tool would be useful or not. But my suggestion is without using any tool, it is going to be difficult and more difficult day by day. The reason is that, as Niranjan bhai rightly pointed out in his presentation, that the data is increasing. The users are now, earlier Tally was being used by small companies, and now it is being used by bigger and bigger companies. So data is increasing, and so should be your audit mechanism. Okay, so we had completed vouching and sampling. Any question till now as far as the two parts is concerned, vouching and sampling? Jayesh bhai or Prithvi, if there is any question, we will take those things, or else we'll take through the document management, trial balance, financial preparation, and preparation of IFRS compliant financials from Tally Prime. How many of you would think that sampling is useful, or yes, I did ask at that point of time, and some of you said sampling would be useful. But can you repeat that steps, how to go about sampling? Can somebody put it in the chat and say these are the mechanism by which we can go through the sampling? What was the first step? If I want to start sampling and doing the vouching, what was the first step? This is Tally. Tell me. Kya tha first step? Vouching without paper and pen, and also do the sampling, testing whether all of us are there or not. Jayesh, there are CPRs or not? Hello?
Yeah, there is CPR.
Yes, of course, there are CPRs. So this is the test which is going on. What is the first step? If you want to start vouching from Tally without using pen and paper, where do I go? Anyone? Display more reports. And analysis and verification, and from here on, voucher verification. Right. So what I found is that here you can go to verification of voucher tab and then see the sampling working. Okay. Now, one important thing is that whether you want it voucher type wise or whether you want it group ledger wise, how to find that. Okay. In this tab, there is one button on the right hand side which shows that what is the kind of verification you have to put it. If you press Control and F8, Control F8, if you see here on the arrow side, there is one button, Group Ledger Wise. The entire gamut of scrutiny reports that Niranjan sir said can be then further extended by using Tally's this Group Ledger Wise scrutiny, because here you will find that in each of those ledgers, how many vouchers are there. See, one way is to find the statistics is that total there are 66 vouchers. But if you want to find that are there how many vouchers are there per ledger, so you can go to this tab and see how much ledgers are there. Yep. So when I click on Alt F1, I get all this. So sales taxable has got 2 ledgers, sundry debtors has got 25 vouchers, sorry. And each of the parties has got how many vouchers? Shift enter and you get it. Isn't this interesting? Okay. See, you find that scrutiny has happened most of the IT based scrutiny has happened from outside or whatever, you can do it within Tally also and see that how that working can happen. Okay. So for vouching, you can go to this, and as I said, you can go to each of the vouchers and then click on spacebar and then Alt F9. This is just to revise what we discussed, right? Right. So on and so forth. We also saw that if you want to keep it Benford analysis, or if you want to give odd even sampling number, odd even number, or value based above a particular amount, those kinds of samplings are also available within Tally. Okay. Now we were there on the document management part. Okay. How to activate a document management. So we've already activated one document management TCP. Okay. And we just go to a voucher type and okay, attach supporting to this voucher type. Yes. Do you want to wish to put compulsory? No, I'm not putting it anything compulsory. Okay, so payment voucher type, I have enabled it. So now when I go to a payment voucher, I have an option of attaching document, attach a supporting out here. So I make a payment. So we can have an option of whether we want to put it on cloud or local. Okay. And provide the path. That's it. So if we have suppose a local path where the voucher is saved. Here we can provide the path. That's it. And that's it. So when you go to the daybook, you find that how many documents are attached, and you can see spacebar and see with how many documents are there. And if you want to open this document, you can also open it from here. Okay, double click and that document will get open. Okay, so this is how you can attach a document, useful while if the auditors are using this working. Okay, and as far as trial balance preparation is concerned, there is one particular option that I would like to show. What Niranjan sir had said, MTech. This is one trial balance report, one useful customization that one can have it. Okay, so this is one thing. Normal trial balance, if you see, we get it on first the group name, then the ledger name. But here we get ledger name, parent name, group name, all of them in one line. Useful while we are exporting the transaction. So now we come to the last part of the working, that what are the how to prepare an IFRS compliant balance sheet, trial balance, or profit and loss account from Tally. Now, suppose how many of us are actually, we have exceeded the time officially, but how many of us would like to know about this? Any raise of hands, or this is a default functionality of Tally and very useful. Wherever I have shown this, this has been used by lots and lots of users. Okay, how many of us are actually wanting to see how to use Tally's power to use create an IFRS compliant balance sheet? Any answers? Yeah, Purvi, thank you. What about others? Yes, Rohit ji, Priti ji, yes. There are 130 of us, 135. Yes. Okay. So the books of accounts have been prepared as per Indian GAAP. Okay. Now all the entries which are expected as per Indian GAAPs are over, and you have prepared through trial balance and balance sheet, you have prepared your financials. Now, for IFRS compliant, you need to pass certain more adjustments. Okay. You need to pass certain more entry and get the new trial balance with the IFRS compliant working. Okay. Now, this is a requirement which one of the users gave me. Okay, Punit, we want to use this particular functionality. Now, when I probed further, what they told me, okay, while for IFRS there are certain adjustments that we make, and we need to ensure that those adjustments, whatever we are posting that adjustment should be available in the system, although they should not affect my books of accounts of the Indian GAAP. Okay, इंडिया में इंडियन गैप्स के हिसाब से जो आपने बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स बनाई है उसको अफेक्ट नहीं करना है, बट एट द सेम टाइम द एंट्रीज हैव टू बी पोस्टेड. ओके, सो हैज एनीबडी यूज्ड ऑप्शनल वाउचर ऑफ टैली? किसी ने यूज किया है? आर दे अवेयर कि व्हाट इज एन ऑप्शनल वाउचर इन टैली? Preeti says long back. Yes. So we are going to use the power of optional voucher and scenario. Okay, let me show you how. First is I go to create show more scenario. Okay, and I type a scenario IFRS. Okay, include actual, yes. Include journal, suppose journal. Okay, and I close this and save it. Okay, now my balance sheet shows sundry debtors, cash in hand, bank accounts. Okay, so there are some adjustments of duties and taxes and suppose current assets. Within current assets, just in this company the ledger name is current assets only. Okay, or so let me make some adjustment with Daman Industries and duties and taxes, which is related to IFRS. Okay, what I will do is I will create go out here and pass those entries. 3112 in journal. I will click on this on the right hand side word called optional. Okay, and here I will pass some entries. Suppose reducing the sales, just reducing the sales by 5,000. Okay, sales common, reducing, I'm reducing it by 5,000 and increasing a customer ledger or crediting a customer ledger for some reason, whatever, maybe that adjustment is there or this is there, but this is an optional voucher. Okay, so I have reduced the sales ledger and also reduced the customer ledger. Okay, so if you see display trial balance, my regular sales voucher, sales common, is just 59,500, and if I add one column out here, Alt C, up to 3112, and here I select one scenario which is called IFRS, scenario IFRS. Okay, and say yes. So here if you see, the sales ledger has got reduced to 54,500. Okay, sales common, and consequently the debtors also would have got reduced. Okay, right? And you can delete this column, Alt D, and here is your IFRS compliant trial balance. And the same thing goes for profit and loss account also. Alt C 3112 first, and here you select IFRS, and that's it. Okay, and you can delete this column, and now there is only one column. This is your IFRS compliant profit and loss account. Okay, using the power of tally of scenario, you for our purpose of closing the balance sheet and profit and loss account. So what I have done, I have created few optional entries. Okay, in the journal, I have created one scenario and said that journal optionals should be included in that scenario. And then I have gone to my balance sheet or profit and loss account and just added a column. That's what I have done. That's it. And with this, you are able to get your IFRS compliant all the balance sheet profit and loss account or what. Okay. So this is what we can use tally's power also. So is it useful, not useful? Any answers or questions in the chat? Hello? Thank you, Hardik bhai. Oh, Paresh bhai. Hi. A very good friend of mine. Yes, Paresh bhai, very much useful. Thank you for that. Right. So we learned that how to do the sampling, how to do vouching without using paper and pen. Of course, two small customization which we showcased available with most of the tele partners. Okay. And we also showcased if you wish to have trial balance profit loss account, sorry, trial balance in a single row format, that how you can get it. And at the end, we showcased if you are preparing your IFRS balance sheet, profit and loss account, how you can do it. Any queries till now? Santosh bhai says any rounding of option in tally. Tally has got this option of change view. I don't know how many of you are aware. Okay, sorry, basis of value, scale factor. So we can select 100, thousands and save it. So now my balance sheet is in thousands. I don't know if that helps you. My profit and loss account is in thousands now. Okay, this option is available in basis of values. Here you can select whatever is there. Okay, hundreds if you want it, or if you want it in crores. Scale factor. There is another question. Can tally help in terms of stock valuation? Sorry, valuation of assets in terms of fair value working. Difficult to say, Modilal sir, how tally could be helpful in terms of valuation. But what I can suggest is that you can reduce the asset value or increase the asset value as per your reporting standards, and then see that scenario. Okay, so that is what it is. So I hope I have answered your query. Yeah. Any more queries? Yes, Paresh bhai has already been using scale factor. Fantastic. He has shifted to corporate life, but otherwise we would have given a lot of lectures together. Yes, it is the same thing, using the scale factor, as I said. Hundreds. scale factor hundreds, right?
एक second.
Yes. Preeti ji, from my side, I have done whatever discussion that we had to do.
Yes, sir. So I'll just show the queries. There are very few queries. Let me share the screen. Yes, sir. So for you, there is one query. I think other queries you have already answered. So this one is left.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many times except sales and purchase orders are not kept sequentially, and it's automatic manual override option. In such case, is Benford useful? The option of what we say Benford is not with respect to numbering, as I understand. It is with respect to the value of the voucher. Okay, so whether that is capped sequentially or through automatic manual override, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Benford is where the value of the voucher starts from number 1, number 2, number 9, or whatever. So that is what my understanding is. Pleasure, Parish bhai. Yep. So there are other questions for, I think, Preeti bhai? Or
Yes,
Niranjan?
sir. The other questions are for Niranjan, sir. Is he there?
Niranjan sir is there, but I think he's on mute. Niranjan bhai?
Sorry. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, now we
So
can.
just to summarize my answers to the questions, right now it is on Tally only, Ledger Vision and Ledger Fusion, but we are working with other ERPs and other softwares. That update will be there shortly. About cost, the cost varies depending upon your requirements, so that you can contact us. That depends on single user, multi-user, or number of users. You can discuss the costing, and yes, it provides two-way to be reconciliation as well. So these are the questions. I think I must have answered while presentation only.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Niranjan, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Punit, sir. Are the members having any other questions?
Yeah. So, Preeti, if you can just stop sharing your screen if the questions are
Yes.
over. Okay. The participants, if they have any other questions, if they want to ask, we can just allow them to unmute, or if they can just raise the hand so that we can come to know by if. Okay. So I think all the queries are done with now. Thank you very much, Punit bhai, and thank you very much, Niranjan. So, really wonderful sessions. In spite of some technical glitches, you have covered most of the things in a detailed manner and with the even practical presentations on the screen. And see, that is what we were expecting. See, many a times we are using the tally in spite of since many years, but then also even we don't know the inbuilt features what we can use in our day-to-day work while rendering out the professional services, and we can get the maximum result out of it with our even non-skilled staff. So you're truly said, and you've shown the many of the features in a limited period of time, and it was really wonderful and very informative sessions today. So thank you very much, Punit bhai, and even Niranjan sir. Your tool was very useful, and I hope the members found it very user friendly while you gave your presentation. And so we have exceeded our time, but then since the topic was very much useful, so the members were also very much interested in this deliberation. So thanks to members also. And now it's a time to conclude. So now to propose a hearty vote of thanks on behalf of JP Nagar City Study Circle. Our deputy convener, CA Puvi Bagaria, she is also there. At the beginning, she was there, but since in spite of her bad health, she couldn't join at beginning. But now, for the vote of thanks, she is there. So I would request Purvi Madam to propose a hearty vote of thanks. Purvi Madam, can you unmute yourself? Okay, I will. Okay. I'm allowing.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm able to unmute. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, Jayesh Bhai, for this opportunity. On behalf of the JB Nagar CP Study Circle, I would like to propose a very hearty vote of thanks to today's both the speakers, C. Punit Mehta and C. Niranjan for their wonderful presentation on important audit tools. Your session was very informative, very helpful, very practically oriented, and definitely it is very useful. Also conducted at the very right time of the audits. You have taught us how to do our work more effectively and efficiently using less effort and getting more productivity out of it. Thank you so much, both of you, for your wonderful session. I would also like to thank today's coordinator for helping us out with today's meeting. Also, would like to extend my thanks to all the members who were present here and took part in the meeting today. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day.
It was really a pleasure, Jayesh Bhai and the team, to allow me, in spite of some technical glitches, and to allow me to get inside and get things. And it is indeed my pleasure to be here at JB Nagar Study Circle. So I thank you once again for giving me this opportunity, and would be glad if we can take up any more such assignments in future.
Sure, definitely.
Sure.
Same here.
Thank you.
Yes, very nice.
Thank you, Niranjan sir. Thank you, Punit sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Purvi
Yes,
Madam,
pleasure.
Jyoti Madam, and all the participants. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank-